My opponent correctly claims that student athletes are essentially required to fork over an additional amount of money outside of what a scholarship allocates to support themselves during their college stay. I believe the amount was around $3,000 a school year. While this is a lot of money to force an individual to pay in order to meet ends meet, let's remember that most people in college have to pay for everything. According to acman.edu, roughly 70 to 80% of all college students will hold a job or currently hold a job as right now in order to obtain money just to survive or extra money to spend on whatever they feel. If 80% of the student population can maintain employment and still manage to attend school or hold a family or other obligations to be a student, athletes should be allowed to do the same. Not saying they have to work during their season for their respective sports, but working to meet some of the demands of life is not too much to ask. Continuing with this idea that athletes spend over $3,000 out of their own pocket yearly, we need to take a look at the spending habits of college students. According to State University, 19% of all spending a college student will make in a year, which is roughly $13,000, 19% of this goes towards leisure activities and non-essential activities and items. These items may include, but are not limited to, vacationing, electronics, and mostly alcohol. 90% of $13,000 is roughly $2,500, which, look, it's about $3,000 between they don't have enough to support themselves throughout college. Paying athletes to take vacations and spend money on electronics doesn't seem like a reasonable justification for paying them more money throughout the year. The affirmative also claimed that student athletes should be reimbursed for sponsors and merchandising sales of products with their names on it. While I agree some compensation should be made for these athletes whose merchandise is making school money, by no means should they receive fair salary for it. Let me ask you this: what college athlete would tell Nike, "No, I don't want my name on the back of a jersey"? Chances are, when your name is on the merchandise, such as jerseys, you will become a successful athlete as it is, and you're only helping your name get out there further so people know about you sooner. The affirmative will use words such as the poverty line and scholarship shortfalls to create illusions of necessity and immediate action. According to the U.S. Census conducted in 2011, it found that 15%, or 43.6 million Americans, are officially listed under the poverty line. While I'm not disclaiming that it's terrible students are forced to live below the poverty line, it's important to see that if 15% of the population currently is, why would some individuals in college not be below that line as well? I will also note that athletes living under the poverty line are not starving and forced to obtain food stamps. It just means they're poor college students. There's a reason why this famous saying has been developed. It's a well-known fact that students are notoriously labeled as being poor. The affirmative also stated that struggling athletes living below the poverty line is not an isolated incident, and they continue to narrow down to 3 schools. Currently, according to the NCAA, there are roughly 346 institutions sanctioned in Division I to offer scholarships. Is it because only 3 schools are seeing this issue? Why are 3 schools chosen among over 300 colleges in Division I? 3 schools seeing this type of problem absolutely seems like an isolated incident to me and not the norm. In conclusion, I would like to again reiterate one thing: college athletes are students first. Taken directly from the NCAA website, the top 5 bullets of the Code of Conduct include attending class, maintaining academic eligibility, informing professors of potential absences, and maintaining scholastic honesty. Education is the reason why college students attend college. In order to keep the intentions and the goals of the college true, we must not pay student athletes. Thank you.